Hi, Sagittarius. So, I know what's going on with you guys. You guys are already like, yeah, we know, get to the point. So I'm going to talk about love. We're going to talk about love, singles and or in a relationship. So we're going to talk about both. But the tricky thing is for you guys that were just recently single and are in a relationship now, I have something to say about that. Because you guys were, like we talked about in the past readings, craving somebody, craving that love and that affection and ooh, yes, you guys got two awesome cards flipping out, first of all. The Magician and the Wheel of Fortune. So, yay, awesome. You guys were craving that love and that affection, right? That somebody, you wanted somebody to look at you like you were it, like you were the one. Oh, yay, awesome. And then we got 8 of Wands popping out. Okay, so when we're talking about you guys as a whole, September is looking really, really good, and I know you guys already know that, but for the singles, I still want to touch on that a little bit, but I want to talk about you guys that just got into a relationship, or you guys have been in a relationship for a while first, and then we'll talk about singles. I know I kind of jump all over the place, but let's talk about this. So, 8 of Wands, moving very quickly, right? Good news, moving quick. There could be a lot of traveling in the month of September. Could be traveling not only just, doesn't have to be international. It can be, traveling somewhere you've never been before. Some kind of trip, some kind of little trip, right? Some kind of little road trip. Something like that with your newfound loved one. And I'm so excited to see you guys have the Wheel of Fortune. Because, hello, this is, prosperity, luck, wealth, everything that has to do with the divine order going in your favor, right? So, I love this. And then also, what popped out very quickly also is the Magician. So we're going to pull a little bit more for this, but what I'm getting with the Magician is you manifested something, right? And you made it happen. That's what the Magician does. They manifest and they make it happen, right? They create something out of nothing. And they can also mean a distraction. So if you're feeling like this newfound love is distracting you from work or from your family. Like I said before, remember Sagittarians, you have to be careful when you get in relationships. Sometimes you kind of, I don't know how to put this. Sometimes you kind of you're in like a bubble, right, in your relationship, and you kind of forget, or you don't necessarily pay as much attention to your friends and family as you would without being in a relationship. So sometimes the Magician can mean distraction. Sometimes it means that you're creating something out of nothing. And that's awesome, because if that's the case, then you manifested this, right? You manifested this positive news, this good energy, this good relationship, this Wheel of Fortune, this prosperity. So everything's looking good in that sector. And then 3 more cards dropped out. Woo! Look at this. Okay, I'm going to angle the camera down. So they're all swords. First of all, let's talk about this. Okay, so Ace of Swords is awesome. So it's a new idea, a new way of thinking, right? Ace of Swords, starting that new, fresh way of thinking about a relationship. Because like we've talked about before, once you have been in a hurtful relationship, it's hard to start again. So it's hard to start again because you're like, what's the point, right? You're like, what's the point of getting into this past relationship that has been, that has made me suffer? So you guys manifested this with your way of thinking. You guys manifested the positive energy and that prosperity. So I'm very happy to see that the Ace of Swords came out. And what's interesting is the Queen of Swords came out also. So you guys are having this, I'm going to talk about this card a little bit more in depth in the when we get to like singles. But when it comes to a fresh new relationship, you guys just kind of be careful that you're not being too closed off, right? The Queen of Swords is independent. She's single. She's incisive. She's witty, right? So, I mean, that's cool and everything. Like, I love the Queen of Swords. Of course, she represents the air signs, which I'm an air sign. But, just kind of be cautious of that, right? Like, don't have a wall up. And then, what's intriguing to me is the Five of Swords that's coming up for you guys. So, you guys do have someone in your life, and this might not be the person in the new relationship, but it can be somebody, a friend, a family member, a sibling, a daughter, son. So be careful, because there's someone out there that is being a little sneaky and trying to take something from you, right? And this can mean a little bit of manipulation on their end. So I just want to be cautious with that. And with singles, I'm going to keep the Queen of Swords here because she has to do with relationship and singles. But singles, just be careful, because you don't want to run into somebody that's like this, right? You don't want to manifest something so hard, right? For those of you that manifested positivity and a good man into your life or good woman into your life, that's awesome, right? And that can be an air sign, it can be a fire sign, right? So when you have manifested somebody like that into your life, that's great. Hold on to that. But there is caution for singles out there, right? So don't manifest somebody that's going to be manipulative and take things from you, and they'll see an opportunity, right? Because you are so independent, and you're so in your head, and you're so incisive, and you're so strong. And sometimes manipulators are attracted to that because they like to see how they can break you down, right? So just be careful as singles to not manifest somebody like this. And if they're already in your life, if this is a family member, my advice is to steer clear from them, right? They're kind of like this lone shark over here that we don't need to talk to them, right? We don't need to get involved with them because we're happy over here in our little manifested Wheel of Fortune good news land, right? So just be a little bit cautious of that. And the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords together is beautiful because you guys have been so mentally strong lately. And you guys have worked on yourselves and made sure that your past relationships have not fallen into this new one. And this new one can be either here now or it's coming because you're manifesting it. So, like I said, you know, singles or in a relationship. All right, let's see. I'm going to pull for, oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, this makes so much sense because I have a Sagittarius friend that just got into a brand new relationship, and she was a little bit unsure about, you know, is this the right one? Is he just, you know, for summer fun, or is he for marriage? So what it's looking like, oh, here we go. So, answer to the question, thank you, universe. Three of Cups is about celebration, right? I say right a lot, you know, that's just what I do. So, people, right. People were saying, oh yeah, you say right. Yes, because I'm pretending like I'm talking to you guys and I want affirmations like I'm talking to you guys in person. So I say right a lot because I want to make sure that, anyway. Three of Cups is about celebration, and it's about in the September fall arena, right? September, October, fall arena. And as we can see, this is something that we're going to be celebrating over the summer and fall. It's gonna lead into the fall. It's gonna keep going into the fall. So if you're in a new relationship right now, don't worry about that. Let's see if we have let's see what we have for the rest of September. But this is showing that it's going to last throughout September, October, and possibly even November. So it's not saying marriage, but it's saying definitely a happy, joyous, celebratory relationship. And this can also mean your family members too. Maybe your family members are going to fall in love with them too. And even if it is like a fun relationship that either is here now or is on its way, it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. It's going to take you out of your comfort zone. It's going to make you do things that you haven't necessarily done before in maybe a sexual way, right? Okay, here we go. So, when I'm talking about the past and I'm talking about not manifesting somebody like this, right, when you're single, be careful and steer clear from Five of Swords types of people. Be aware. This card came out because if you are in a relationship and you are feeling this trapped energy, right? If you're feeling trapped and blinded and bounded and you can't escape, you need to escape. You need to get out because good and positive things are coming in September and October if you get out of this situation, if you are in this situation right now, in a couple. So, I see unhappiness. If you are in a miserable relationship, of course, you are unhappy, but you also feel bound and stuck. So just make sure you know that if you get out of that and you use this Queen of Swords energy, right, this independent, incisive energy to escape this situation, you are going to have Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Wands, good news, Three of Cups, celebration, right? Ace of Swords, new way of thinking. The Magician, creating something out of nothing. Creating your own destiny. And the first step to manifestation is to know what you want. Know what you want. What do you want? Do you want a relationship where you feel like you're bounded? And where you're being lied to, and where you're feeling like someone is taking something from you? No. And if you're in a relationship like that right now, if you get out of that in September, October, you will have a new positive relationship in the near future. Okay? That's what this is showing me. Eight of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Three of Cups. Okay. Goddess deck. Let's pull from the Goddess deck and see what we can get. And then we'll pick an Oracle card and an Angel card. Okay. Sagittarius. First thing I'm seeing, if you're in a relationship right now, be cautious. Ten of Wands. So, self-destruction, right? This is also a Sagittarius card. So, be careful. Because if you're in a relationship right now, it can be very dangerous to yourself, to your family, to your children. I'm seeing very much, if you are in a relationship right now, that you need an escape plan, right? You need an escape route. Be careful, because staying in this is doing this to you. Sagittarius, be careful, okay? And then, on a positive note, the Goddess card Intention came out. So, what are your intentions? And this is an Aquarius card, which I love, of course, because I'm an Aquarius. So what I'm talking about it with intention is when you start this new relationship, right? Or if you have already started it, make sure you let them know your intentions and make sure you figure out their intentions as well. Because you want to know, right? If this is just like a fling, a summer, fall fling, or if this is like it. Like if they are the one that's gonna pop that ring on your finger, right? So let them know your intentions and also make sure they let you know too, right? Because what they're thinking, you know, only they can let you know, but you have to ask the question, right? And let them know your intentions first. Say, hey, you know what? I really like you, bro, or girl, or babe, or whatever you call each other. Hopefully not bro, that'd be weird. Let them know your intentions. If you just want something for the fun of it, then tell them that. Because they could get hurt. They could end up getting hurt if you lead them on and introduce them to your family and things like that, and they think that you're just if they think you have the intention to marry them or settle down with them or have a long-term relationship with them, let them know, because you'll also find out their intentions as well. Okay, I'm picking an oracle card now for you, Sagittarians. What do Sagittarians need to hear for their oracle right now? I know sometimes it sounds silly to say it out loud, but if I don't, I realize sometimes they just keep going and going and going and going because I'm an Aquarius and they don't like to always come out for me. Okay, these ones got stuck. Ooh, awesome! Yay! Okay, so first, so excited, movement. So, moving forward, right, in our new relationships, or if we're bound to a bad relationship, we're moving out of it. Get on out of here, right? Tell them to get away from you. Movement. We're moving forward this month. So, that's awesome. And guess what? We have the water fairy and the earth fairy. So, the water fairy is about feelings and emotions, right? So, definitely pay attention to your feelings and emotions and don't just kind of brush it aside and say, yay, I found a good one, you know, I found a good guy or a good girl. You know, really dive deep and see how you feel about them. Like, really, genuinely, how do I feel about this person and what are my intentions with them, right? Because I know you Sagittarian women, you know, you're so independent and sexy and, you guys can be teases sometimes, which is, you know, not a bad thing, but you gotta let them know your feelings and emotions and also take some time alone to figure out what your feelings and emotions are for this person. And then the earth fairy, I'm super excited about, right? So this is Physical Health, Grounding, and Foundations, 27. So, physical health, good. That's looking good for September and beginning of October. And grounding, right? I mean, I know Sagittarians, you guys are like, I'm so fire. I'm not going to ground. I can't be grounded. I can't be bound. But if you want to be bound and you want that ring on your finger, right? Let them know your intentions. And also, when you do travel with them, or if you do travel with them and you go somewhere with them, just let them know, like, maybe that's a good time to let them know what kind of relationship you're looking for. If it's just for fun or if it's just if it's very serious. Okay, angel card. I'm picking an angel card now, and then we're done. See? Whew, that was a lot. Whew. Okay, Sag. Oh, yay! Joy! So, this is how the majority of you are feeling right now, which is good, or it's how the majority of you are going to feel once you find this new sexy, hot, fun, celebratory relationship. So, joy is coming. If it's not already here yet, it's on the way. And I'm excited. These look really good. So, there's warnings, there's good fortune, there's good health, there's movement. I'm excited. All right? I love you, Sages. And if you'd like a private reading, go to my website. It's linked below. And you can either click book now or you can email me through there. And also follow me on Instagram at Palladian Star Goddess Tarot. And there's an underscore under each word. That's also linked down below. And I always post like really cool, fun, motivating, whatever you want to call it, words of wisdom and things like that. And also just like every time I post, I let you guys know. And I also do live Instagram stuff on there as well. Okay? Love you, Sages. Mwah! Happy, happy, joy, joy.